Entertainment Tonight, the most watched entertainment news program in the world.
Saldanha, and today we have an amazing show for you. First, we have an exclusive interview with the film crew from an up-and-coming film, Redemption on Wall Street. This film is a remake of the 1951 David and Bathsheba. And in our second segment, we have a huge Hollywood scandal. You don't want to miss this show, so stay tuned. Okay, well today we are so happy to have the filmmakers of the upcoming film Redemption on Wall Street, which is the remake of the 1951 film David and Bathsheba. Thank you guys so much for coming out today. Today we have producer Melissa Akram, director Randy D'Souza, and scriptwriter Mary Chris Inton. So you guys are new to the film industry. We haven't seen you guys produce a film yet. So the viewers would love to know more about yourselves.
So all three of us are recent graduates from the Philippa Carter Institute with honors. All three of us are specialized in modern contemporary films. As well, our parents were also filmmakers in the 1950s and were blacklisted, unfortunately, and weren't able to produce the films that they requested. So now we're trying to do what they couldn't do and make a successful film and put our name out there.
You guys decided to make a film about King David, and a lot of people know the story, especially the one about David and Goliath. So we wanted to know, why did you decide to make a movie focused on the relationship between David and his mistress Bathsheba?
Well, we felt that the storyline of David and Goliath was so overdone. We've seen many movies that have the underdog rising up. And David and Bathsheba is a story in the Bible which is very small, but not many people know about it. So we wanted to spice up history and take it into modern times where relationships like these are common in society, and we wanted to take a story from the Bible and represent it in modern times.
So for those viewers that don't actually know the story about David and Bathsheba, can you give us the historical background about their relationship and the biblical account?
His basic story is King David, one of the most powerful kings, his search for love, and he searches love in the wrong places. He looks into love with a mistress, someone who's already married, someone whose husband's in the army, and they have a love affair, and she becomes pregnant, and he tries to cover up the pregnancy by saying it's the husband's baby, but he fails. And he takes more drastic steps to cover it up by putting her husband in the forefront of battle, so he may die, and that he can take over, being the husband of his wife. And then God himself punishes him for this. Their child does not make it through the pregnancy, and what basically is David's left at the end, repenting, trying to ask for forgiveness, and just realizing that he was selfish and becoming more selfless. So that's the basic message we're trying to convey, but not really in that whole historical context. Just trying to show, how people nowadays are selfish, and that selfish desires will lead to unwanted consequences, but in the end that if we ask forgiveness and repentance, everything's going to come back and everything's going to be okay.
So you guys are remaking the film from 1951, David and Bathsheba. Are you guys basing this current remake film on the historical account, just like how that movie in 1951 was?
Actually, no. We were taking a very modern look on it. First off, it's not going to be in the same setting as it was in the 1950 film, because we are going to be doing it in a business kind of setting where there is a CEO and it was basically businessmen and not having enough time for their wife. We have Ryan, who is a VP of King Enterprises. and he has a beautiful wife, which he never has time for, unfortunately, because he's always away on business trips, meetings, appointments, and even when he does have time to go home to his wife, he's always too tired, so there's never attention given to her, and because she loves him so much, she stays with him, but she also does seek attention. And when he's not there, she is a regular when she goes out, she goes to a bar, and she's a regular there because she basically drinks when he's not there to get her mind off of it. One day, we have David, who is the CEO of King Enterprises, and he stumbles upon this beautiful lady at the bar, and he gets to know her and talks to her, and eventually things go on, and an affair happens. And I think that's all I'll say for now because I don't want to give it all away, but that is the basic gist of the story.
So now you've given us some background about what the plot is, what you're trying to portray, but now the question is why? What is the point of remaking this film in the modern day setting that you are trying to portray?
Okay, so nowadays our society's changed. People don't pay attention to historical movies. When they do, they look at it for an entertainment basis. They don't take the moral values away from it. We live in a society where there are many religions where if we made a movie based on David and Bathsheba, you're not going to get those non-Christian believers to come and watch the movie. So we decided to make it a modern context where the values are universal. People learn today by learning from example, learning from the values of life. People need to relate to the movies. The 1951 movie, it was just a historical retelling. People just think it's just a story. We want it to be more than just a story. We want to convey a message of repentance, of redemption, and of selflessness. And nowadays, people want to relate to the movies they watch. People get connected. It's more of an emotional bond. People will understand. And if we can successfully do this through this movie, we can turn something where in the 1950s was just a historical remake into something that can really affect and really, you know, give people a different outlook and just think a little when they're doing things.
Okay guys, well this is going great. We're going to just take a quick break and we'll see you shortly. Stay tuned.
Online course evaluations only take a few minutes to fill out, so make sure you do that now.
Is really one of the best ways we have to figure out how to fix courses, how to keep components that are working and getting rid of components that don't.
These course evaluations are really important to us as instructors.
We rely on you to tell us if we're doing things well, if we're doing things badly.
One of the most important pieces of information that is used in the evaluation of our teaching is actually these course evaluations.
Your responses aren't just thrown into a box and forgotten about. Every student evaluation matters.
We do actually read these course evaluations.
You guys in front of us, generationally, are going to radically change in terms of, you know, what is the best way for us to present the data.
It only takes you 3 or 4 minutes to fill these out, but the effects can be a semester long.
You can do it while you're having a coffee in the Student Center or while you're waiting for your favorite movie to download.
It's a bit of a reality test with the students to see whether or not I'm on the right track with things that I'm asking them to do.
The great advantage of doing it online is you're not necessarily in that tight constraint of that one class in those 5 or 10 minutes.
No more golf pencils or Scantron sheets. You can do the evaluations at any time and anywhere.
The most effective tool I have for improving my teaching is the very specific comments, both negative and positive, that students can provide on their course evaluations.
It matters to departments and to faculty because they care about student learning and teaching excellence.
They're absolutely invaluable. Our fields don't hold still, our research doesn't hold still, and so our courses don't hold still.
And students can still have a voice and still say something meaningful and important about their experience in that particular classroom and with that particular professor.
It matters that your professors have feedback on their courses, and it matters that you have a voice.
And if you've had a great experience, a good course with a good instructor, let everybody know about that.
Take those course evaluations seriously because it will improve the quality of education at McMaster.
I've spent the last 4 months rambling on about what I think about the world. So it's very important for me to get some feedback from you about what you think about what I think about the world.
This is really important to us. It matters. Please fill out your student evaluation.
It only takes a few minutes. So take this time to make a difference. Have a voice.
Online course evaluations. They're your opportunity to make your voice heard. And your voice, it matters.
So take the time to go online.
Because it matters.
It matters.
now about the film, the plot, and what you're trying to portray. Now we want to know, where is this big film happening? What's the location?
Well, we're trying to portray urban cities to make it a very up-and-coming, popular, exciting place. So we chose New York City, specifically Wall Street in the business district, which is where David's going to be working, and Bathsheba as well, and that's where a lot of their interaction happens. And New York City is in so many films nowadays, and especially the popular films, and it's something that we think will attract viewers and catch their eye and help portray the message we're trying to convey.
I think the viewers are dying to know if you guys have a cast ready. Who's going to be your main actors and actresses in the film?
So we're still in the process of determining a specific cast, but we do have a few in mind. For the role of David, we're looking for someone who is powerful, attractive, someone strong, and who will fit the part best, we think, would be Bradley Cooper. He has shown interest so far, so we're hoping that we can finalize that. The next role we have in mind is for Bathsheba. So we're looking at Scarlett Johansson because she's strong, attractive, which fits the role, and she's very outgoing and she's trying to stand out and get attention from other people. And I think that Scarlett does a good job doing that. And then finally, the third cast we have in mind is Ryan. So for Ryan, we're looking for someone that's a little bit more conservative, but nonetheless still powerful. He is committed to his wife. He's a workaholic, and we think Matthew Perry would do a good job portraying that. So, and along with the other cast members for the other roles, we're still in the process of finding someone that'll best fit the parts, but we definitely have a good step ahead.
So the film is being produced by 20th Century Fox. Tell us about how they feel about this film and a little bit about the financial status.
Yeah, so we're definitely getting a good feeling from it. From the surveys that we've done, there's definitely an interest in it. There's a good spark going from our sponsors. We definitely have a good background for funding. We have a budget of, I think, $100 million. So we definitely have a lot of resources to use. And the good thing is our sets are already set up. In New York City, it's not like we have to recreate something that doesn't exist today. So we're definitely in a good position to move forward.
Yeah, $100 million. Most of the money is just going towards, actor salary. We wanted to really get, actors that people know. So we try to give just most of our commitment of our financials going to them. And if we were doing it back in the historical time, obviously the expense would be more. But since we're doing it in a modern new setting, it's all mostly on the cameras, scripts, the writers, and the actors. That's basically most of where our money's going. Because everything else we've been able to come up with ourselves.
So when is this film going to be shown in theaters? When do we expect to see it on the big screen?
So we're hoping that production will run through in a few months, and we will have it ready and in theaters by next summer, hopefully. So we have about a year to advertise it, and right now summer's coming along, so people are waiting to see what new movies are coming out. So we think this is a great time to advertise our movie so people can wait for it and anticipate it for next summer.
The last question that we have for you today is, you're doing a religious movie in a secular society. So can you tell us what the biggest challenge you were facing?
I think basically what you're trying to say, in the religious and secular society, is the biggest challenge is trying to just relate to everyone. As I said before, religion is very scarce nowadays. There's different religions all the time. There's multiculturalism, and just conveying the message to everyone was one of our biggest challenges. Just trying to get something that's biblical. Some people don't believe in the Bible. Some people just take it as a story, not something historic. We just wanted to just take that small thing, make it into something big. And the biggest challenge was just trying to come up with the idea, trying to come up with how we were going to do this. And as a team, I think we successfully did that and overcame that challenge. But there's probably going to be more challenges maybe in the filming, but right now, from what we are right now, that was our biggest challenge.
So thank you guys so much for coming out and telling us a little bit about the film. We're really excited to see it next year, hopefully in the summer. So do you guys have any final remarks for your viewers?
Thanks for having us. It was a pleasure to have this interview with you.
You know, and for all those people watching out there, don't be too scared to go out and watch this movie just because you think it's about the Bible. It's nothing like that. It's something new, something modern, and you know, we're just trying to have fun with it, and it's gonna be something big.
Definitely. We're all really excited about it. I think we have good, positive direction towards it, and we're excited to have the reviews and to hear what everyone thinks about it.
I hope you enjoyed this little sneak peek. It's not too much, but it's a little trailer we came up with. Hope you enjoy it, and see you guys in theaters.
She was the only girl I ever loved.
Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed that amazing sneak peek for the upcoming film Redemption on Wall Street. Up next, we are going to reveal the inside scoop on Kim Kardashian's pregnancy. Is Kanye West really the father? Stay tuned to find out.